My thoughts are very positive. I think we have an opportunity to be a special group. I think we can't look too far ahead. I think we honestly, it's a different group, and honestly, it's we got a couple guys back from last year, and but there will be bigger roles for those guys that haven't played as much that will be counted on. I think we have a team we're young, but we have some veteran presence and we have some players that have been in the trenches before. But now we need everyone to be on the same page and to step up.
Certainly not a new thing for you guys going into a new season, being sort of overlooked with teams around the league doing some flashier things in the offseason. When you see things like the projections, the Raptors ranked, whatever it is, sixth in ESPN, or DeMar ranked where he is, do those things even surprise you anymore, and how much as a team does it push you going into the season?
Nothing surprises me in this league. Nothing ever surprises me. I kind of just go about my business and do my job. I think everything motivates you in some way, somehow. I think you take all the negativity that is said, or positioning that they say, and you just try to outgrow them or prove them wrong, and you do it the right way. You don't say, oh, you this, that, and other. You just go out there and do it. And with DeMar's ranking, it is what it is, and he proves it every year. So I think they just add fuel to his fire every single time they do that. But that's for someone's opinion, and that's what they do. I haven't. It is what it is.
You ever wonder, like, just want to say, like, that, why don't you like us? Well, we won 50 games in a row.
I mean, we haven't won we haven't won a championship.
Yeah.
If we won a championship, I'm sure the conversation would be completely different. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it would be completely different. Until we get to that point, I think there will always be criticism, and I think even if you do win a championship, there'll be criticism. That's a part of the league.
Carl, when last season ended, a lot of talk about changing the style of the team, changing the offense of the team. Same coaches here, you're here, DeMar's here. Can the three guys who really maybe the most important ones heading forward, can you guys change?
I think I've changed throughout my whole career personally. I think Dwayne Casey has changed throughout his career personally. I think DeMar DeRozan has changed throughout his career. I think that's the one thing about the NBA, and I don't think players get enough credit for is that we adapt to anything. We adapt, and we have to adapt to anything. A bad call or a missed shot or a defensive scheme, you have to adjust. And I think that's one thing about this league and players and coaches, that we adjust to any situations and circumstances that we're put into. And, you do what's best for, the team. And you put the team first, and I think it makes a lot of things easier when you just adapt to it and go.
Coaches talk a lot about finding that balance in the offense, where you are looking to jumpstart things a little bit, more ball movement, more shooting, more pace, but not changing the things that have made you as a team successful. How much change do you think is necessary as a group offensively for you to be a better team?
I think the conversation is more so the change, so when the playoff time comes, things can be different. I think, that's what the whole plan is. But for right now, we have to go into tomorrow with an open mind. At the end of the day, we have to all be open-minded and say, okay, this is what they want, this is what they want us to do. So let's go out there and try and see what works and figure it out. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be, okay, it's boom, 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 boom. We're not going to go 20 to 40 assists a game. You still got to make shots, too. I mean, if you make 100% of your shots, we wouldn't be last in assists. You know what I mean? That's just the dynamics of the game. But I think we'll just be in a situation where everyone's open-minded, and we're all just going to thrust ourselves in there to say, okay, let's go out here and do our jobs, and let's put our best foot forward and move.
Kyle, you got a couple of young guys behind you now, Milan and Brad, who don't have a lot of NBA experience. How can you help them on the journey to playing a more significant role?
I think me personally, to help them is just having a conversation with them and talking to them and being that veteran leadership and showing them the way, but also talking to them the way, or letting them know, hey, this might happen, or that might not happen that way. So let's look at the film, or let's say, look, this is going to happen. Or if I'm out there in the game and I see something that's happened, tell them. It's more about communication. I want both of them to be successful. I believe they're both really good. So at the end of the day, I want to help them as much as I can, and that means whatever that takes, whatever that means, I have to do it, and I want to do it because I really respect those kids, and I really like them, and I think that they'll be a big part of what we do, and we'll need them.
How much of what you do is kind of transferable to them? Because you have the way you play is so much about how you think,
Right.
and your specific body.
Well, I think Fred is a little bit smaller than me, but I think he has the opportunity to be that type of player. I mean, I wasn't. I think Fred was better than me at his point in his career when I was at that point. I think he is, but I also think that he's different. I think DeLon is completely different than I am. He's more long. He's lanky. He uses athleticism. He has a different pace, and I think they once they figure out how to. DeLon uses pace and Fred uses his body, his smarts. I think once they figure that out, they'll start to figure out how they can help us and how they can be effective in this league.
As far as health and strength, how good do you feel going into the season?
I feel amazing. I got a chance to really work this summer, and I did a little traveling, and I got a chance to see the world a little bit. But I was able to really get down to the nitty gritty and work, and I've done some things to help myself throughout this season, to make sure I maintain and to stay focused and to make sure that I'm at the best I could be when I need to be, and that's every single night.
What aspect of your game would you like to see grow the most?
The aspect of my game,
Yeah.
I would love to shoot the ball way better. Honestly, I would love to be a better leader. I think that's one thing I want to really focus on, and is being a better leader. And I'm more of a show guy, and I go out there and do it. And I think that's one thing I have to do a better job of is communicating with everyone else. I may think something or see something one way, and I need to communicate it better. I think that's one thing I can help myself. I can help the team with. I'm always optimistic. I'm always thinking the positive. I'm always thinking the greatest of the greatest. My goal in this league is to win a championship. That's my only goal in this league is to win a championship.
But in terms of what's happened since your elimination in the spring?
Well, things have changed. I mean, we've changed. We lost players. We've traded players away. We got guys back. Guys are on different deals now, and I think at the end of the day, we all have one common goal, and I think our common goal is to win a championship. I think Coach last night, he said that he's going to preach culture more than anything, and I think that's a start, and I think that's a very positive start.